Number 10, CM Punk, 5 minutes 10 seconds. At SummerSlam 2025, CM Punk faced off against Gunther in a hard-hitting, highly anticipated match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Gunther had been an almost unstoppable force, dominating the division for months. But the celebration was cut brutally short. Seth Rollins' music hit, and the opportunistic Architect ran down with his Money in the Bank briefcase. Capitalizing on Punk's fatigue in the chaos of the moment, Rollins cashed in instantly, hitting his finisher and pinning Punk in just over 5 minutes. What was supposed to be a triumphant return for Punk quickly turned into one of the most shocking and bittersweet moments in recent WWE history. Number 9, Roman Reigns, approximately 5 minutes. In 2015, Roman Reigns defeated Dean Ambrose to win the WWE Championship. This was supposed to mark the start of Roman's first big run at the top. However, Sheamus, holding the Money in the Bank contract, cashed in immediately. Roman was blindsided and lost the title in around 5 minutes, showing just how unpredictable WWE can be. 8. Jeff Hardy, 4 minutes 50 seconds. At Extreme Rules 2009, Jeff Hardy finally reached the mountaintop when he defeated Edge in a grueling ladder match to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. The bout was brutal from start to finish, with both men taking jaw-dropping risks. But Hardy's resilience and daredevil spirit pushed him through. After months of chasing the title, his victory felt like the ultimate redemption, and the crowd erupted as he pulled the gold down from above the ring. 7. Daniel Bryan, 4 minutes 7 seconds. At SummerSlam 2013, Daniel Bryan achieved the impossible when he defeated John Cena clean in the main event to capture the WWE Championship. The arena exploded with chants of "Yes, yes, yes," as Bryan finally overcame months of being overlooked and underestimated by WWE management. It was the ultimate underdog triumph, the crowning moment of the Yes movement. But just as Bryan's dream was coming true, it all came crashing down. Triple H, who served as the special guest referee, shockingly betrayed him with a devastating pedigree. That opened the door for Randy Orton, who wasted no time cashing in his Money in the Bank contract. Orton pinned a defenseless Bryan in just over 4 minutes, turning the hero's victory into one of the most heartbreaking betrayals in WWE history. 6. John Cena, 3 minutes 15 seconds. At Elimination Chamber 2010, John Cena survived an absolutely brutal chamber match, outlasting 5 other superstars to win the WWE Championship. The victory was classic Cena, showing heart, resilience, and refusing to quit no matter how much punishment he took. But Cena barely had a second to breathe. As the chamber was being raised, Vince McMahon appeared and coldly announced that Cena's celebration would be cut short. He immediately ordered Cena to defend his brand new title against Batista. The crowd erupted in shock as Batista stormed to the ring. With Cena already beaten down and defenseless from the chamber war, Batista dismantled him in just over 3 minutes. 5. Yokozuna, 2 minutes 20 seconds. At WrestleMania 9, Yokozuna fulfilled his destiny by defeating Bret the Hitman Hart to capture the WWF Championship. The colossal sumo warrior had been booked as an unstoppable force for months, plowing through the roster with his sheer size and dominance. His victory over Bret was hard-fought, and it looked like the crowning moment of a monster heel who was finally taking his place at the top. But the celebration never came. Almost immediately, Hulk Hogan rushed to the ring, capitalizing on Bret Hart's misfortune. In one of the most shocking and controversial moments in WrestleMania history, Hogan challenged Yokozuna on the spot. Exhausted and caught off guard, Yokozuna accepted. And within just over 2 minutes, Hogan had flattened him and stolen the title. The reign that was supposed to cement Yokozuna's dominance instead became infamous as one of WWE's most baffling booking decisions, remembered more for Hogan's opportunism than Yokozuna's triumph. 4. Seth Rollins, approximately 2 minutes. At Money in the Bank 2016, Seth Rollins completed one of the most dramatic comebacks in WWE history. After months on the shelf with a devastating knee injury, Rollins returned and stunned the world by defeating Roman Reigns to reclaim the WWE Championship. It was supposed to be the ultimate redemption story, the architect proving he was still the top guy after being forced to vacate the title the previous year. But before Rollins could even raise the championship high in celebration, fate had other plans. The arena erupted as Dean Ambrose's music hit. Earlier that same night, Ambrose had won the Money in the Bank contract, and now he was cashing in on his former Shield brother. The crowd went insane as Ambrose stormed the ring, blindsided Rollins, and hit dirty deeds. Just like that, Rollins' comeback moment, months of recovery, sacrifice, and determination, turned into heartbreak in less than 2 minutes. What should have been a triumphant night became yet another chapter in the Shield's bitter and chaotic rivalry. To 3, Bianca Belair, 1 minute 55 seconds. At SummerSlam 2023, Bianca Belair found herself in one of the toughest challenges of her career, battling Asuka and Charlotte Flair in a chaotic triple threat match for the WWE Women's Championship. The odds were stacked against her. Two of the most dominant and decorated women in WWE history. But Bianca dug deep, showing the grit and athleticism that had made her the EST of WWE. Against all adversity, she pulled off the incredible, regaining the championship in a hard-fought and emotional victory. But Bianca's celebration was brutally short-lived. Her leg had been injured during the match, and she was barely standing when suddenly Io Sky music hit. Having won the Money in the Bank contract earlier that summer, Io seized the perfect opportunity. She stormed to the ring, cashed in her briefcase, and with ruthless precision, took advantage of Bianca's vulnerability. In less than 2 minutes after finally reclaiming her title, Bianca's reign was over. The crowd erupted in shock and awe as Io Sky stood tall, while Bianca's incredible comeback moment turned into one of the shortest reigns in WWE history. 2. Andre the Giant, 1 minute 48 seconds. In 1988, the legendary Andre the Giant finally toppled Hulk Hogan in a highly controversial main event on the main event. The victory itself was shocking. Hogan had been an untouchable champion for years, and Andre, the immovable giant, had finally ended that historic reign. But what happened next made this moment infamous. Immediately after his win, Andre declared that he was surrendering the championship, handing it over to the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, who had been pulling the strings behind the scenes. The image of Andre simply giving away the most prestigious title in wrestling history stunned fans everywhere. WWE quickly stepped in, declaring that a championship could not simply be gifted. The title was vacated almost instantly, and Andre's reign was officially recorded at just 1 minute and 48 seconds. What should have been the crowning moment of a true giant instead became one of the strangest and shortest reigns ever seen in WWE history.
1.
Big Show, 45 seconds. At TLC 2011, The Big Show finally overcame Mark Henry in a barbaric chairs match to capture the World Heavyweight Championship. It was a grueling war between two giants, with steel chairs crushing against bone until Big Show managed to land the decisive blow. After years of chasing the top prize again, the world's largest athlete finally stood tall as champion. But that celebration lasted less than a minute. As the crowd erupted, Daniel Bryan's music hit, and the arena went wild. Bryan, the ultimate underdog and holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase, sprinted to the ring and cashed in his contract. With Big Show battered and barely able to stand after his war with Henry, Bryan seized the perfect moment. Just 45 seconds after winning the title, Big Show was pinned, his reign officially becoming the shortest world championship reign in WWE history. The contrast was stunning. The might of a giant undone in seconds by the determination of an underdog, cementing this as one of the most shocking and memorable cash-ins of all time.